green light, green light. Go, go, go.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Ready for sound check. Knox is in the room, so hopefully he can hear us. We may have missed a little bit of that, mate. Bounty, g'day, Bounty. Also, saying no. Do they have the car sounds, which would be one thing we could look at? Knox can hear one person. I'll just check now. Is there car sound? Oh yeah. Knox can hear one of us ads. This is K-Man Knox, this is K-Man. Can you hear me? We got you there, ads?
Yes, I'm here, mate. Just waiting for your direction.
Yeah. I'm hoping we've got you covered now, mate.
Yep, well, we can only ask the guys that are watching.
Yep. Well, we'll carry on. We'll carry on and get amongst it, mate, and they can give us the feedback as we move into it. So. Now we've got. Let's have a look at the timesheets, I think, mate.
Yeah, still no me. I'm still not coming through on the system.
Let's know. You give it a sec, mate, to see whether you come through now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, can hear both of you now. Yeah, sweet. We're done, mate. Yeah, it's sorry, guys. It's bringing it in through the Discord chats. that makes it interesting.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're back live. Sorry for the technical issues. Obviously, we've had a little bit of a delay to our start tonight. Some commitments on a personal matter to do with under-9s football kids and organised chaos. So yeah, no, it's been absolutely thrilling tonight. So looking forward to sitting down. As I was saying, came in, I rushed through the door this afternoon or this evening with a nice bottle of red Shiraz under my arm and have sat down to a glass and ready to put on a night for the guys. So it should be good fun, especially this track. This is a track that is very, very bumpy, and it's a track that I actually love. I don't know why, but a couple of seasons ago I was very successful here in the Porsche up against Vic Chan, Jamie and Slambo, where I qualified third in the Porsche with a, I think it might have been very low 33 or a very high, no, I think it was a 33 actually, the PS4, so that was quite quick. Certainly can't replicate that now.
No, myself, mate. Look, I haven't done very many laps on this circuit as yet. The ones I have done, it's a high 35 for me at the minute. But got another week, so we'll see how we go.
Yeah, as I was saying, this track here definitely, determined the drivers have put into practice and done the laps and got the race setups. And in saying that, though, we've seen drivers here that have been running up the front that have had some right at this corner here with them wanting to just skip the grass. They've had some pretty big crashes into that barrier. So that's always been an interesting aspect of this track. But should be good night tonight. We're running a variable weather, so that's 0 rain setting with a variable weather of realism number 4, which means that there's the potential where a shower could occur, whether it's in practice or qualifying, or whether it's in the race. It's unknown, and that's what's going to make it interesting. I know that in Team BHR there's been a few questions. If the rain's set at 0, why is there rain? Well, the easy answer to that is because of the realism setting. Everyone's got to deal with it, and it's going to be good fun. What do you think, K-Man?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. It's it's a great little circuit. It's a circuit that I enjoy, but it's also a difficult one. I think you're going to find the front engine cars are going to be more suited to this circuit for sure. So look, only time will tell. As we come to the end of this qualifying session. Whether I'm right or wrong, I just think the front engine cars will ride the curbs a lot better than the mid-rear and rear engine cars, and that will be a bit of an advantage on this circuit.
Yeah, you could be right. As I was saying with Porsche, doing a 33 with a rear engine, I had that thing set pretty low and really took the bumps on, but geez, it was like a lap that's 100%. There's no rest time there. You're doing that for 60 minutes. So I can tell you by the end of it, I literally was pretty buggered by the end of the race. But it's one of those tracks where you it's be quite unforgiving. It's just it's got to be on it the whole time. And Gaz has just come in saying looks pretty laggy.
Very laggy. Yeah, I'm seeing it on my end too, mate. I don't know whether to step out of the room, step back into it. Yeah, we've got cars going around sideways.
Yeah, look, I mean the guys, I'm sure they won't mind, but if we spend this next couple of minutes to try and rectify it and bring them something, if it does work.
Well,
what are your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, well, I'll just quit out of the game for a minute, mate. They will still hear you and I, our lovely dulcet tones, whilst I try to jump back in and see if that makes any form of difference.
For sure.
Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Green light. Give it all you can.
Yeah. Doesn't look real good, does it?
It's just initially, it's the old ping. It's jumping around a bit. It's fairly low at the minute. Just give it a second or two to maybe to settle down.
Have you got what's the weather up there like?
Pretty cold, mate. Pretty cold.
That was it?
But it's not too bad. But we can just entertain the troops for a second. I'm just going to go and have a look at another option.
All right. I might actually tell a joke if that's all right, K-Man. And guys, just jump in there on the chat there if you think that it's inappropriate or it doesn't fit the forum. But there's a bloke at the pub, and he tells his mates he reckons that if he they blindfold him, they put a hide in front of him, so the skin of an animal, blindfolded, you'd be able to tell what sort of animal it was and how the animal was killed. So all his mates are like, yep, no worries. So they put a blindfold around this bloke and they give him a hide of a leopard. So the blindfold man touches the skin and he says, that's a leopard. And then he feels for the hole where it was killed, and he said, and it was shot by a 30-30 rifle. And they're like, oh shit, how does he know that? So anyway, they get another hide, and he goes, that's a zebra. And he feels where the hole where it was killed, and he goes, and that's a knife. So anyway, as the night goes on, because everyone guessed that he gets right, he gets a pint of beer. So by the end of the night, he's pretty plastered, and goes home, wakes up in the morning next to his good wife, and realises that he's got a black eye. He says to his wife, Jesus Christ, what happened here? And she goes, well, when you come to bed last night, you put your hand in my panties, and said that it was a skunk and it was killed by a hatchet. So there you go. Thanks, Andrew. It's probably it's a dad joke, but like, don't fall off your chairs, guys, with laughter, because I'm definitely not. But it's just a bit of a gap filler. But just looking at these times here, we've got M. Harris on a 134.5, which is, to be honest, I'm reckoning that is a probably a tier 1 time, mid-pack, I would say. This is such a track where situation that you've got guys that constantly practice. This particular hairpin here, it's a double apex, so what you don't want to do is get up on the curving like certain Squid just did then. Coming through here, there's a little patch of grass on the right, little brown patch. You want to actually ride that curving. So for the guys that are racing, that little curving coming into that first chicane, you actually want to ride over the top of it without breaking track limits. Yeah, thanks, Bounty. Not really flash or telling a joke, but it was just one that was sitting there ready to be told, mate. And to be honest, when your audience is a computer screen, it's sort of really hard to connect. If you guys could see me now and how animated I was saying that joke, I'm sure that the engagement level would be much higher. So as he comes down in the last corner here, braking zone, brake marker right there, hit the skids nice and hard, trail brake in, just want to stay off the curb there. Stay close to the left-hand side, shorten the track up as much as you possibly can. And he's improved his time, he's gone up to the P7. So coming through here as well, there's right where he's hit that inner curve, you want to stay off that inner curving, there is a bump. And as we come around here, just at this sign, there's a dip in the brakes, is where you want to hit your brakes, turn in, and you want to hold this flat out. There's a service road on the right. As soon as you get to the service road, you want to just lift and coast around that fast left-hander. So go Barrow Dog, Rain Fire, Andrelli.
Alrighty.
And we're back.
Well, I think we're back. It seems to be better.
I told him your joke too, mate.
Sorry, what was that? You told him my joke?
Yeah, it was shit.
You're killing me. All right, we've got 55 seconds left in quali. Geez, you've got M. Harris on a ripping track. I do know some of the tier 1 guys are. Well, they're in the 33s. That's all I'll say. So,
yeah, quite low, mid, high?
I think mids at the minute. Those that have been putting in some laps. So,
I reckon on the P4 in the Porsche, I did a 33.1.
Wow.
That was about season 5, I think it was. Yep. That was when I was partnered up with Slambo. Yeah. And there's some good intel for the guys that are watching too. And later on, when you watch the replays in a team, if you can team up with someone in your team that's got the same car, you can share setups and bounce off each other. So when you've got a Lone Ranger that's driving, say, for example, a Lexus and no one else is, it's really, really hard. Well, it makes it harder, to compare setups and you can take on board other people's advice. But when you're changing little things and then bouncing off each other, it makes it so much more easier to get tracks and setups right versus just doing it by yourself.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think Team Little Bear may be on a... Yeah, he's on a hot one.
He is.
He's looking into the 34s as well. Can he just hold it together through this last series of corners? Oh, he's gonna make it into the 34s for sure. Oh, 35. Flat. Well.
Not a bad effort, is it?
No, not at all.
Where have we got Flung Poo Panda? 1.2 seconds behind P1.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Well, at the end of the day, it's a discussion that's been had, but I can only say the amount of laps that I know that have been done by M. Harris again, and bits are missing. As an example, I don't know about Team Little Bear, but were considerable. So At the end of the day, we do know a lot about this game, that it is reward for effort. The more you put in, but then also if something goes wrong on race night, the greater the heartache. So it's the individual's calls as to what they choose to do. As far as putting in hours and hours of practice or minimal.
Yeah, no, you're right, mate. And I think that looking at the top three there, I'll probably say top four. It's definitely, you can see those guys are quite up there in terms of lap times. To be honest, on a night like this, I'm just looking at the screen. Actually, I can't see it on there we go. On yours, we've got track temperature 35. Currently on Optimum with the sun and a little bit of cloud cover. So a little bit of cloud cover. 34.595 is an absolutely ripping lap time, and that it's certainly, like you said, mate. Effort for reward is key.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And apart from probably Team Little Bear, who's been flogging that Honda around for a long, long time, and good luck to him for doing so and finally coming to grips with the car as well. You look at that, the top seven, front engine cars, apart from Team Little Bear. So I think that also tells a little bit of a story. So, but we've got a race ahead. The boys told me that it actually rained for the first 15 minutes last night of the race. So who knows what could occur tonight? Yeah.
Well, one of the things I like about what's on there now, mate, is top 5 positions are all 5 teams. Yeah, so there's no one team there that's capitalising in terms of holding high positions and taking anything away from anyone else. So there's going to be incidents tonight, no doubts. I don't know, Bounty, what's happening with the camera view.
Yeah, no, they have, Bounty. In the last update that they punched through to the game, we've lost helicopter view. So, which is a little bit frustrating. So we don't get a lot. I'm just scrolling through the actual camera options that we've got, and not a great deal to choose from, unfortunately, guys.
No, but I'll tell you one thing though, K-Man.
Yep.
I'm sure that everyone will agree that once again, through all the update changes and the inability for Kunos to come out with a decent streaming and broadcasting entry level where we can display it to the guys. Here we are again, me and you, voluntarily giving our services to make sure that we have a good stream tonight, some broadcasting. And it's always, happy to see the same people that are in the chat giving us feedback, asking the questions, sometimes tough questions like that last one from Bounty. And, it's not our fault that it is what it is, but, at the end of the day, we're here to put on a show for the sake of the Roos League and the people that operate in it. And this is something that we haven't typically had before, where we've been lucky enough to have the Tier 2 guys have their own night as a standalone, where they can, have their limelight or their show on display. They've always run on the same night as Tier 1, and Tier 1's always taken priority over Tier 2 in terms of the broadcast and the stream. So, here we are, and we're here for these guys, and should be cracking night. If we just do a grid walk there, we've got SAR, M Harrison, and Team Little Bear in row 1. Row 2, we've got GRT and It's Missing and Kick It and Rip It. Row 3, going back down to Flunku Panda. And that looks like who's in P6 there, mate? I can't quite see that.
I'm just trying to pull it up for you, mate. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is in the Aston Martin. That is, geez, I'll get there in the end. No, it's got me. I don't think it's not going to let me scroll through. I can't return back to the garage, unfortunately, mate. At this point in time,
No, that's all good.
So, P6 is Cobb McCool.
There you go.
Yeah. So great work by him. Before the race kicks off, I'd just like to make a little bit of a shout out to Swatto, known as Spurious Noise, who was supposed to be racing tonight, but unfortunately a little earlier this afternoon he was hooked up to a cardiac monitor. So
shit, that's not good, mate.
No, look, I think he's doing okay, but obviously, he took the time to post to say that he wouldn't be racing tonight. So, fingers crossed, all is well, and we send our best wishes to him. For a hopefully a very, very speedy recovery, and they sort out whatever the issue is that may be causing it. So, cheers, Swatto, and if you're watching the stream, g'day, buddy.
I hope he is. Probably won't be allowed to if he's got all the electronics hooked up to him, but
probably not.
Might spike something there and send the nurses in. But good that he's sent the message out. It's obviously okay to do that. Which I know some of the guys at race, including myself, K-Man. I'll speak for you as well. You're an old bugger like me, slightly older bugger, but we love what we're doing, and I know it does play on you, gives the old ticker a few pulls every now and then in certain moments that come up. But so I had a moment last week in the round 2 with Metal when we were going down the back straight there, and I've had a little bit of coming together, and then I ended up getting out because I had quite a lot of damage. But it's certainly you put the effort in, and your race can be all over, but it's not easy. But at the same time, it's all about the good fun that we create. So hopefully, Swatto, mate, you're doing well.
Yeah, absolutely. Wish him all the best, and a very, very speedy recovery, and see him back on track. Well, they're on their warm-up lap for the hour race. What are you thinking about strategies, Ads, with the that possibility of possible rain?
Yeah, look. Simple response to that is came in. It's need to be prepared for that. So I know that a few of the guys through BHR chat and asked about the rain and what's to go, because they've been on plenty of times and it hasn't rained, and the one or two times it has. So my thinking, and the same for Bounty, in terms of this question, what's the strategy? I feel like if it's going to rain, it's not going to rain heavy enough to change to wet. So I think it will be a damp track, which will still be slicks, which will be something that you would need to test. Because what you don't want to do is go with wet on it and find out 4 or 5 laps later that the tyres are screaming at you. Obviously, in terms of the car, will be to bump up the traction control, bump up the ABS, and then just try and nurse it through whatever period you get. But it's going to be difficult, and this is the whole reason why we wanted to have this. With the variable weather, we don't want to just have it stock standard dry race all the time. That's cool, and I know that guys practice through that one, weather type or track type, whatever it might be. But real well, that doesn't happen. So not all the time anyway, and we want to create a little bit more realism and stuff. So yes, whilst it might not seem fair at times, everyone is faced with the same situation, and I think this is the reason why we've got the teams, is because we've got, like I'm talking about BHR for instance, we've got someone awesome on the team. They're going.
They're off. They're off. We've got M Harris in the lead.
Harris is in front.
Yep. Followed by Team Little Bear Bits and Missing and Kick It and Rip It into P4.
Well, everyone seems like they're following there in sequence, but
Gaz is asking we put the weather forecast up. No, it won't come up. We don't get to see that, Gazza, unfortunately. So
no, it comes up with certain camera angles, came in unfortunately, but we don't get the forecast. No, we don't, Gaz. I can tell you what the forecast will be if you want, or make something up. Sounds like I'm sitting on the funnies. What the hell's the funnies?
Dunny.
Oh, Dunny.
You sound a bit echoey at my end too. Let's get into this. Oh, there's been a couple of BHR cars off track there. Get back to some.
Who are we on board with? Shamrock.
Well, we're on board with Shamrock, but not by choice.
Looks like he's got a bit of damage.
Yeah, looks like he has already. And he started basically mid-pack, so.
That's 18th.
Bit of damage with McSquid as well.
Yeah. Who's that up in P5? I can't quite see it.
He's flung Poo Panda. Panda's in P5. I have all sorts of trouble with that one, don't I? M Harris in P1, Little Bear.
Oh, that was.
Oh no, that's a big.
He's hit the barrier. That's exactly what I knew would happen tonight. He only just clipped the grass, and that was a massive hit. I reckon there would have been about 50 G-forces to go through that driver just then.
Yep.
Guaranteed that will be. He's got loose on the entry of that corner. I saw on the YouTube stream, but it looked like he had a loose rear end anyway. I'm just going to watch it just quickly. Came out to the replay.
Yeah.
Yep, he's coasted in. He's just wet the grass on the inside and then the outside. They've done a Scandinavian flick into the barrier. That would be big damage on that car.
Yeah, absolutely.
So someone else who's that out there in the bloody grass? That's AB Saints.
Yep. Just trying to select this better view. There we go. I think that's the one we're going to stick with. I think that's the easiest.
Just like here, mate.
Yep.
Yep.
And then we can just trundle between our drivers.
Just drop the sound of the race down to came in. That's probably why I sound like I'm sitting on a dunny. That sound checks and feedback's come from Parker.
Yeah, let us know if that's any better or it's too soft of the actual the race sound coming through, guys.
Yeah, and when he says too soft, it means the sound of the race too. So.
Oh, the sound of the cars is too soft.
Yeah. No, the sound of the cars was, I think, too much.
Oh.
Yeah, it's too hard to me.
I'll come down.
Sorry, mate.
No, that's all right. Let us know, give us a bit of feedback there as to how we're going. There's Wayne Morris.
Oh, who's that gone off? That's
Wayne Morris. Yep.
Yeah, he's had a bit of a rough week himself, actually. He went into, he's gone into hospital and had a few things done on a part of his body. I can't remember which part it was, actually, to be honest. I'd have to go back through the chat, but he wasn't sure if he was going to make it tonight, but I'm glad he's out there having a crack anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Currently got speed 16, so how far is M. Harris? What's the next? He's pulled out a bit of a gap from Team Little Bear.
2.5. Yeah. Oh, this frustrates me.
Right, the sound's good now.
Sounds good.
Gaz is confirmed. Now they can't hear you, mate.
Oh, right, really? If it's not one thing, it's the other.
I'll just beat out those F words. So Emma Harris has pulled out a 2.6 second gap on Team Little Bear, who's getting pressed right now by Vince Missy in the Mercedes GRT driven AMG Mercedes. We've got Fun Poo Panda up in fourth position. Cog in fifth, 2.17 seconds behind. Psycho, so there's a PRT driver that we haven't actually spoke about. Scotty Pye in position 7 doing a stellar job on the hand controller.
Yeah, right on the back of Psycho in the Lexus. Pulling it up.
Yep.
Coming onto the start-finish straight.
Well, Keegan Ribbett is back in 19th in 3 laps down, so he must have had a huge amount of damage there, which he will be absolutely devastated, especially after his race start. Which was an excellent effort. So, hey, Metal, how you going, mate? I'm glad you are on tonight. Looking forward to catching up next week, next round. Not practically, but visually, yes.
Yeah, everything sounds better, so unfortunately, you might be able to hear me again. So Scotty Pye doing a solid job there in P7. Got Nick Shaky, qualified outside the top 10. He's made his way up into 8th, so doing a bit of a fairly solid job there. Oh no, that's Psycho off.
Oh, I thought that was the GRT car.
No, that's Psycho. See, Scotty was right on his hammer, and he's come off there at the chicane.
Yeah. Can you hit the little arrow at the top left to get rid of that map?
Oh, sorry, mate.
Position.
Yep, do that for you. You know what? Anything if I was drinking.
Have you been drinking tonight?
No. Shall I get rid of the track map? Would you like the track map gone, or is that a bit better as is for you?
Just leave it like that, mate.
Beautiful.
Yep, that's fine.
I've got a bit going on here at the front.
Yeah, no, we do. We've got a bit of a 3-pack race going on. It's looking quite good at the moment. We've still got, so we're only 51 minutes of the race to go, so it's still very fresh. Weather-wise, we've got a track temperature of 34, still optimum, still sunny with a little bit of cloud cover. So nothing too extreme to worry about by the looks of it, but so far so good. So the field has actually spread out quite a lot from race start, which is interesting in itself. So I certainly wasn't anticipating on it doing that, but I'm guessing that with a couple of the incidents that have occurred, it means that that's the sort of thing that's going to happen. So Oulton Park, as we said at the start of the stream game, man, this is a tough track. Like, it's not a good track to pass on, but it's definitely a good track to sit behind somebody and put pressure on that person into making a mistake. And you know, it does happen. I've been a victim of that myself, but I've also been, you know, been behind someone where they've made mistakes and not even been pressured that hard. So, you know, as we keep going along, the track will certainly develop over the next 50 minutes. And you know, it's going to come to some of these cars, and it might be like you said, mate, with the front engine cars. That might be, you know, the ones that get around here for 60 minutes in tow and do really, really well. In saying that though, Team Little Bear, driving the Honda for P&L, is doing a cracking job there, still position 2, and certainly holding his own while M. Harris just drives away at the moment with a 7.6 second lead. So that's certainly a show of skill. Speed right there, so it's certainly interesting. I just came in. Sorry, rambling on a little bit here. Well, just those 4 cars that just came through. So Team Little Bear, Bits of Missing, Flunku Panda, and Cod McCall through that first chicane after the hairpin. So none of those guys are running over that first curving, so they would be losing half a second easy right there. Now, if M. Harris is riding over that curve, who, you know, with the lap so far,
let's have a look, shall we?
Well, let's do a lap with M. Harris, so I can talk this through if you like.
Yep, absolutely. I don't want to be the one that puts the commentator curse on him, mate. Away you go. Here we go.
No, all good. So he's coming into the first corner, first right-hander. Just want to break, just cut a bit of grass. Probably want to ride the curve a little bit close on the inside. Come around here, past the pit exit. Then in the little dipper, you want to brake just after the dipper and this left-hander. Trail brake in, get on the accelerator nice and early, reach out to the curve like he's done. This is a fifth gear flat out, turn straight on the right, want to lift, coast into this corner, get back on the accelerator again, coming into the hairpin, so double apex corner, you want to hit this twice. And then coming up to this chicane, there's a little patch of grass on the right where there's normally an orange bar that normally goes, it's still there. And you want to ride the curve. He's ridden the curve, but he hasn't ridden it like I would ride it. So he's certainly riding the hump, but I want to ride over the hump. Coming down this little marshal box, hit the brakes. So this can be second gear, first gear, car choice, I suppose. There's some serious bumps on the inside here. I'm guessing that the BMW, so I can probably hit it just to absorb the bump. As he comes around, this is a bit of a tough corner combination. Now you want to lift early enough that you can tip the nose in, get good drive out. You don't want to go in there with understeer. You'll just be pushing the car through as he comes in the last corner. And second gear again, good corner exit, keep it nice and close on the inside. As he crosses the start-finish line. I don't know what lap time that was, but it looked like a pretty clean lap. So that's a right there by Harris.
Yeah, Bits of Missing has dropped out of P3, I think he was in. He's back in 7th. He's obviously had an excursion off the track at some stage. Which is, you know...
I thought he was 3 laps down or shown before. Who was it that had
no, Kick It and Rip It. That was Kick It and Rip It.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still 3 laps down. But no, he just went down the. I watched him as you were doing the commentary there. He went down the order. So
radio.
And went in the pits. So unfortunately, he's had a bit of a problem. But Panda's closing in on Team Little Bear, but I tell you what, Cobb McCool is hanging on. That's really impressive stuff.
And I'll put this to the guys that are watching. We've got a total of 23 watches with a total number of 7 likes. So guys, hit the like button. But I'll put it to you guys. What car do you think that Cobb McCool was driving? What model? What year? If we jump on in for a second, K-Man.
Sorry, mate.
Jump on with Cobb McCool. We'll just see
there we go.
The guys in the chat. Yep. So I'm reckoning that I know it's the Aston Martin, but that's the older model, isn't it? The V12. Or is it the V12 or the V10?
I'm not an
Aston
current
model
man, so...
Aston Martin. You're not an Aston man.
No, I will have to be one season.
You reckon?
Yeah, I'll have to give it a run.
Yeah, I tried to run it last season. And to be honest, I thought it was a piece of crap. And then Knox Parker's got in there, the Aston Martin this season, and he's absolutely killing it. So I'm sort of thinking that it's not the car, it's the
operator error.
Yeah, well, you know, I found with the Aston Martin, I could put the ride height anywhere and it wouldn't make any difference to the car. Versus, say, the Audi, you do one click on the rear ride height and it makes a massive difference to the car performance. You know, the way that it drives, turns in, or tips into a corner or corner exit. Absolutely. I just couldn't see it. So, anyway, who am I to talk about performance of cars and driving? I'm just an AM driver. I'm not up there with those aliens. I've got no idea what's going on.
Gaz has pointed out that Shaky will be living his username tonight in the Audi.
He will be.
Okay.
He's doing a cracking job though.
He's doing a great job.
He was on
V6.
Yeah. He was on the stream last night doing the broadcast stream for the PC guys for the Monday night race.
Yep.
I believe they've had a few guys tune in for that, so that's really good. But it's awesome that this is what I like with Nick as well, is that when we were commentating with, he wasn't actually racing. Now that he's racing, he's giving him a little bit of intel and resource to actually commentate. So, you know, versus relying on other people to come in with, you know, first-hand experience on the tracks, where he's actually experiencing that himself now. So that's an awesome thing, and I just love that he's out there having a crack versus just being, you know, behind the mic the whole time. He's actually having a drive. So good on you, Nick, mate. Big shout out to you, buddy, and just massive thank you to all the work in the background with broadcasting and whatnot. I know you do it for PC, but here with us on console racing around, so we appreciate that just as much, mate. So thanks heaps.
So bits of missings on the comeback after his off-track excursion. The car doesn't seem to be damaged from what I can see. So whether he's just run wide and off and onto the grass, it still looks pretty straight. Oh geez, I don't know about that. There we go, Nick. That's one way to get rid of the tyre bundle for the camera. Yeah, so he's obviously trying to make his way back up towards the front again. But as you say, this track is a difficult track to pass on, unless Nick will just decide, well, I'll just, you know, I'm not going to put up a fight here with somebody that I know is considerably faster than me, which is a smart thing to do, and just backs off slightly, lets him go past, and Nick will carry on with his race.
He will. Well, just watch that replay back on the YouTube stream where the tyre bundle, interesting thing is when you hit that, it actually doesn't do any damage to your car in real life. That would be game over, I reckon. So, no, that's a good decision from Nick to let Fitzmason through. I mean, there's absolutely no point as we see someone in the Ferrari. Who's that? Going off track. That's low end Z. Good decision making from Nick. You know, there's no point. We've got 41 minutes to go with the racing. You've got someone that's just closed in that quickly. You know, clearly they're quicker.
Yep.
You know, let them through, let them go and race their race. You stick to your race plan and race against the guys that you're level with. So that's all that matters. You know, again, I have to say, K-Man, you know, from the start of this race, okay, yeah, there's been a little bit of on-track incidents, but nothing compared to what we saw last week. You know, the Tier 1 races from race start have been nothing but just second rate, I reckon, to be honest. If I'm going to talk honestly, I feel like, you know, we should be setting the bar quite high in terms of an expectation. We definitely not. And I said it last time when we did the stream for the Tier 1 guys, Tier 2 guys came in. These guys are proving every round that it's possible that they can get through a race start without taking out a shitload of cars. And that's not pinpointed at anyone. I'm just saying as a general that Tier 1 is definitely needs to, you know, look at how we perform and how we are around other cars when we start a race.
Yeah, totally agree, mate. Totally agree. We all need to take a deep breath, get through lap one, and then let the race really begin. Now, Stu has had too many. He's in here having a crack.
Yeah, so is this his first time?
I believe.
I know it's a Sunday night league race.
Yeah, I believe it could be. Great to see you on the grid as well, Stu said. So,
yep.
You know, a little, you know, a few battle scars, or is that just, should we call that stone chips, or probably not on the rear wing?
Well, and on the roof too.
Yeah, well,
I think he's had it upside down, hasn't he?
Yeah, maybe he has. Maybe he's had a bit of a tough outing, but he's out there having a crack, which is great to see.
Nah, look, I've raced against that too many quite a few times, especially through the Project Cars 2, you know, years, and had some pretty good battles with him as well. And it's awesome to see, you know, him trying his hand here at ACC in the Tier 2 guys. And, you know, the best part about it, again, came in, as we said, you know, not only are they racing, but they're getting some airtime. They can finish the race, they can go and sit down with a frothy or a cup of tea or whatever it is that is their preferred, and watch the replay and watch themselves get, you know, mentioned and have their car on screen. There's nothing better. It doesn't matter how old you are, you know, there's nothing better to, you know, get a mention in the stream and get some airtime. I think it's like brilliant. So it's honestly, guys, you know, if you ask me the question of why do I commentate, it's not because I think that I'm a good commentator, absolutely not, but I loved when I used to get airtime, and I love giving the opportunity to others to, you know, have that feeling as well. So, you know, it's important for ourselves to, you know, get some recognition, and I think on this platform, it's awesome to see, you know, ourselves on that, and the other guys around us doing a really good job. So, you know, kudos to Boost TV as he's just gone off the track. I'm not sure what's happened there.
Oh. Burroughs just made the announcement that he only grabbed the British track pack about 10 minutes before quali. So my goodness me. Oh, there's a baptism of fire.
Well, that corner that he's come off on, there's a dipper. A little dip in the track just before you turn in, and honestly, you've got to hit the brakes right at that dip, and if you miss it by the small, like a tenth of a or 20th of a second, you will career off into the grass, and that's exactly what he's done. So, you know what? Well done. Had too many. I'm freaking happy that you're out here having a crack, mate. Well done. Don't give up. Keep trying. You're holding your own there, so good job. But go and repair your car, go and enjoy the rest of the race and get some practice, mate. That's what it's all about.
And just give a bit of airtime. A little bit of airtime to humble BG. I don't know whether is it Gary, you know, Barry Gibb, one of the BGs, or, you know, one of the humble ones. I don't know. In here,
oh, that's probably more your era, isn't it?
Yeah, well, so not quite. I'm close.
But
damn close.
I reckon you kind of I reckon you would have looked like a BG once, to be honest. Did you have long hair once?
Yeah, once. that's enough. No more hair jokes, Ed. All right. But again, you know, humble BG's out there, mate. He's having a crack, and it's good to see. And you know, that's what it's all about. These guys, you know, kick it and rip it. You know, sitting there in 17th place. You know, 3 laps down, but doing what he has to do, going to the end, which is exactly what we want. You know, Exo's the only one so far that has taken his pit stop. I don't know whether that was necessary or it was strategic. Gaz did ask the question too, by the way, about can we see the weather forecast? Well, we can with this view. And obviously, in the next 15 minutes, it's still sunny with a bit of cloud. So, no rain currently on the horizon, but we still have 35 minutes to go.
Yeah. Well, let me get my green screen ready and I'll go and press on and I'll do the weather forecast for you then, if you like, Gaz. Like, do you want what sort of short skirt, long skirt? I'm happy to do whatever. I've got the legs for it, mate. Just don't have the head for it, that's all.
Yeah, that's why we do this, without showing our faces. Good head for radio.
That's it.
So yeah, look, great job by Humblebee getting around there. Shamrock's obviously gone into the pits. I'd say that is strategic. I wonder whether he'll be getting any repairs done. That will be interesting. Because when we stumbled across him sort of at the end of lap 1, partly into lap 2, there was a fair amount of damage to his car. So don't quite know whether he's going to take the time to repair it. Depending on the amount of damage, of course, because once you tick that box to repair bodywork or suspension, you can't stop it halfway.
It is tough. Like, honestly, you know, you get something like, as we just spoke about this track, but unfortunately, you go off track, there's some big barriers around, you can hit them pretty hard, so...
Interrules, we give him a bit of a bikini. Gaz, yeah, no. Gaz, no.
Come on, okay, man. Don't be like that.
Interrules sit there in P10, so doing a solid job in the Audi as well for GRT.
He's doing a great job.
So we've still got a good mix inside that top 10, I tell you.
Yeah, well, I know that right now we've got Honda. That team little bit in pits.
Yeah, he's gone to the pits to do his stop and back out again.
He was 22 seconds behind in Harris, so Harris is training everyone at the moment and doing a great job at it. But there's a really good mix. And you know, I was expecting us to try and enforce people to, you know, drive other cars, but it turns out that you know, it was personal choices of taking control of that, which is really, really good.
It is good to see. It is good to see. Hang on a minute. Riggsy's in the room.
What the hell's going on there?
Barra, what are you doing? Why is Riggsy in the room already?
He's joined mid-race. Let's come in to play dodging cars.
Yeah. Barry, you best send him a message, mate. Tell him to go to the other room if he wants to practice. Into the other server. Scotty Pye's in the pits now too, coming into the pits.
Yep.
To take his pit stop.
Yeah, so the team engineers will be all over his car at the moment. He's doing a great job. He's one of the very few now driving the Bentley. You know, a couple of seasons ago, we saw the Bentley probably every different car. Where now it's not. But yeah, Scotty Pye's in the background doing a great job.
Bits of Misson's on the comeback, obviously, from his off-track excursion, so he's back onto the back end of Cobble McCool. So it'll be really interesting to see how he tries to play this, or Cobble McCool plays this. Does Cobble McCool say, well, you know, I'm going to the pits, or does Bits of Misson decide, look, you know I'm maybe a bit faster, so I'm going to take my stop and come out and put in a couple of quick laps to maybe jump him while he's still out on track. So there's definite options.
Yeah, we'll get Misson's all over him on the record at the moment. It's not full slope, it's a race line.
Yep.
It's not falling to the tricks of all the moving that Misson's doing around and behind him there, trying to force a mistake where Cobble McCool's just pulled out a fraction. You know, nearly 2/10, but yeah, that's a Martin going through there, and
Yeah, absolutely.
looks very comfortable going through that fast left-hander. Probably the only thing he's probably lacking on is braking performance by the looks of it. Versus the AMG Mercedes. None of those guys are touching the curb on the left-hand side.
No, they're not.
No, yeah. You've got to ride that. If you want to be higher up, you've got to ride that curve. It adds half a second to your lap time. Easy.
Yep.
It's straight lines that right-hander coming left hand, but the exit of that chicane, you've got to ride that first hump. I know you can get it wrong too, though, but
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, you can.
yeah.
Not that I expect Riggsy to do anything wrong, but geez, Burrow, if you are listening and you can get a message to Riggsy, the last thing we would want is him to be in there and have an accidental coming together with somebody 17 laps down. I think it's a practice night. So, yeah.
I don't reckon he'll jump in there. Oh, actually,
He's on there. He's on
he
track.
has. Oh, shit.
So,
What the hell's going on?
anyway, back to
All
the
right,
racing.
we'll start that
So, bits are missing as Cobble calls into the pits. So it'll be interesting to see whether Bits of Missing pushes on for a couple of laps. Ads, I think he probably will.
I think he probably should.
Yep.
What it's going to do is, he's quick anyway, but it's going to give him, at least 25 minutes on a track with fresher tyres. I reckon what he's doing is waiting for M. Harris to come in as well, and flung pit band, and he's probably going to align himself to those guys, try and make up some seconds in the pits.
Yep.
Because he is quick.
Yep.
There's no G. Oh, and add too many's got a bloody stop go for 30 seconds, so.
That'll be speeding in pit lane.
Yeah, there's another lesson of
second gear or no pit limiter.
HTC. Yeah, so I think it's probably just letting it go too early on as you get to the board mate, by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Well, just watching him, he's going quick. Making pit limiter. Definitely, he just flew past Cobble McCool then through the, I was just watching the replay. So he's forgotten to put his pit limiter back on.
Yep. Well,
Been there and done that.
A few of them are diving in now. Humble BG, Wayne Morris into the pits.
Harris is in.
M. Harris is in. Well, they're going to the end. The next 15 minutes it still appears to be fine weather, so they're taking.
Who's that? That's got
Scotty
twice
Pye.
gone around. He's done his pit stop.
Yep.
Very uncharacteristic there on that
Yep.
corner. Jakey in P9, so what on Nick? He's still cycling around. Who we got coming up the back there?
We've got.
Eamon Harris has done his pit stop now.
Just got to watch out for dear old Riggsy. Where is Riggsy?
Survey Squid in P5, done his pit stop. Interrules, GRT, P4s, hasn't done his pit stop yet. AV Saints hasn't done his. Shamrock's done his. Humble BG's done his.
Yep.
Wayne Morris, EXO, done their pit stops. Kick It, Rip It, hasn't done his yet. Yeah, I think that top position is still going to be owned by M. Harris after all this has been gone through, but it's so far, I mean, you know, between Fun Poo and Bits Missing and Copper Cool and Team Little Bear, you know, there's been some good racing, and Copper Cool's actually jumped Team Little Bear. So there you go. That's a ripping effort. Something must have happened to him. Interludes just come into the pits.
Well, unless, was it in the chat? So there's a discussion. Rain said Scotty had jumped Little Bear in the pits, but Scotty's back behind them now. So maybe they've had a little bit of a, you know, possible altercation, or Scotty's just come off. He was in front of him, but he's come off the track, and
yeah, not sure. He doesn't appear to have any damage on the car that it all came in, I don't think. Team a little bit coming into the last corner of the lap. That last lap to see he went very wide on exit, out on the grass, and you know he's given a little bit away to Copper Cool, but he's still got bits of missing and Fun Poo Panda's in the pits. Missing's still in there. Team Little Bear or Copper Cool up 1 for 8. Podium finish here. Pending, you know, that they put everything together. So this is turning out to be quite a good little last block of this race. We don't have rain, guys. I can tell you right now, forecast is for the next 15 minutes, we've got 23 minutes to go. The next 15 minutes is sunny but bigger cloud cover. So could we see rain in the last 5 minutes of this race? What sort of story would that tell you, K-Man?
well, that would make it interesting, mate, wouldn't it? That would sort the men from the boys. If she rained, who's going to, you know, stick it out on slicks to the end, depending on the amount of rain? You know, are you going to go in and go for the wets, you know, for this maybe safer option? You've got
what would you do if it started to rain? You had 5 minutes to go.
Stay on slicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make all the necessary changes to your brake bias and everything else, and just
yep.
Yeah, crush that cookie. Who's Juzzy going to say?
Oh Jesus. Who?
Juzzy.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Jesus Christ.
Yep. Panda's back out on track.
Yeah, Panda's back out there. How far behind M. Harris is he?
We'll get an answer that in shortly, mate, I think. Whereas, okay, so M. Harris has just crossed the line. And Panda is
wild.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a long way back.
Oh, he's gone off the track too.
Gone off the grass, he's hit the bumps, he's just kept it.
Yeah, I think he was actually off a little earlier of that lap too, because you could see him weaving, you know, whether he was trying to clean his tyres up possibly from an off.
Yep.
So no, he's a fair way behind Harris, which it's not showing. So for whatever reason.
Yeah. No, like we said before, mate, it's evident. You know, if you've got the time to practice, you can put the effort in, you get the reward. And you know, for some of us like myself and you that doesn't have the time to practice as much as some of these guys, you know, you don't expect to be up the very front, absolutely not. But
don't take anything away from these guys that come out round after round and down to blistering qualifying times and it's equally good bloody lap times and then pull away. It should be rewarded to these guys that put the effort in. But also fundamentally have the time to do that as well. So some of us are time poor, as I said. We're not all privileged to have spare time. But the effort that these guys put in shows, and that's why they're up front. So well done to those guys that are able to do that. Team Little Bear come cool. Here's two guys outright that have improved so much, and I don't know what goes on in Team P&L. I know that Team Little Bear's just gone off and got a bloody sand trap there. I don't know what goes on in Team P&L in terms of coaching and where they direct a lot of their efforts and whatever. But these two guys have stepped right up, and it wasn't that long ago that we were looking at these guys like Cobble Cool and having coaching conversations with them saying, hey, you need to ride by the blue flag, you need to do this, you need to do that. And bugger me, here he is in P4 and then Team Little Bear in P5, performing very well for Team P&L. So that's what that tells me, K-Man, is that the Rouge League, is the coming together where we provide the feedback, we provide the support. For the big picture of the league is to try and get the best outcome for everybody. And I think this is absolute 100% evidence that we've done that. So well done to those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree, mate. It's reward for effort. It's any assistance that you guys are given in some way, shape, or form. And as you say, people within teams, some have more time than others that can help people, discuss setups or learning how to set up a car. It's all part and parcel of what Rules is all about. Just a little comment there by Stu. Riggsy isn't going fast enough to get back on the lead lap.
No, he's not. But I'll tell you who is going fast enough at the moment is Scotty Pye. He's closing in on Team Little Bear.
Yep.
So this is after Team Little Bear made some mistakes, and this is after Scotty Pye made some mistakes. So, if we can get Scotty Pye up there in a P5, even P4, that'll be an absolutely outstanding effort. Again, remember, he's on a hand control, so I don't know how the hell he does that. I've tried, and it's...
No, I couldn't do it to save my life.
No.
On the hand controller, not at all.
Yeah, no, not at all, mate. It's actually, we've just got a 2-second break. I'm just going to do it. Team Little Bear's just gone off again. This might allow Scotty Pye to come through. Well, he's right on the back bumper bar. We'll just stick with these guys for a second.
Yeah, absolutely.
But just a shout out to the Rouge League again while we're watching Scotty Pye absolutely harass the back bumper of Team Little Bear. We talk about this all the time. We talk about the mental health and situations of people's circumstances. But Scotty Pye, as we know, his real name is Devon, has been struggling with some mental health issues over the last couple of months. We've had Scotty Pye in Team BHR, and we've gotten around him and really caressed the situation with him without actually putting any sort of like digging too deep or stepping on anyone's toes. But my message is to you guys that the mental health stuff with us guys, and I feel like this racing is our men's shed stuff, but it's real. There are people in our league that suffer. I've suffered in the past. I know exactly what it feels like, and I'm sure that there's plenty of others that are in the same boat. But I'm grateful of the people that I have around me. I know that, like Stu, for instance, he's got his mum that's very sick at the moment, and his nan. I'm not saying that for any other reason except, mate, that we want to let you know that we love you. We love everything that you do for the league, and we support you as much as we possibly can. in the capacity that we have. So, we've got to keep keep ourselves aware of each other, of what we're doing. We've got our own teams. It's important that we know what's going on with our team members as well. Look for little signs, and just if there's anything that you might pick up on that you find that's a conversation that's difficult to have, reach out to myself, reach out to K-Man, reach out to Stu. There's a few of us in here that can that are professionally trained as well to deal with situations. So don't be afraid to put your hand up. But Scotty Pies just mowed the grass. Sorry, I'm going to change the subject. Scotty Pies just mowed the grass there behind me.
It was there. Scotty. Yep.
It was. I don't know if you got a track limit then, mate, but look, guys, mental health, very, very important. I'm a massive advocate for it. We deal with it in our own team, and it's as real as real. It's about creating that awareness. And I'll finish off by saying that, but I'm here to talk to anyone. I'll help anyone, and I would hope that would be the same reciprocated from anyone else, from myself. So. Thank you.
No,
thanks, K-Man.
Totally agree, mate. Totally agree. Well said. I'll tell you what, bits are missing. Great drive. Given he's off earlier on in the race, who knows what it may or may not have been, but he's managed to claw his way back up into second. But look, we've still got 15 minutes to go, and I'll tell you what, wouldn't this be an amazing story? Can stick it on the podium.
Yeah, that's a remarkable story, to be honest. Like I said, season 8, we were looking at Cobb McCall, with some of the issues on track, and he's done a absolutely bloody beautiful job to bring it up into P3. And again, I'd like to think that with the influence of the league and the influence of P&L, that they've been able to coach him up there, knowing that he's learned a bit of roadcraft and displaying that tonight. So well done to Ty Morgo and his team. But this is a cracking effort from Cobb McCall, and I'm just conscious of the fact that Flung Poo Panda is like right up his bum, but he does not look phased at all. That bloody B10 Aston.
It pulls out of the corners, didn't it? Then,
geez. It just pulls away. It's nuts. Obviously, they closed in on him on the brakes, but out of the corners, it's very, very quick.
So
Timberwolves dropped off. He's 7.7 seconds behind Flungpoo Panda.
Yeah, but Scotty's closing back in, so those two will be at it again. Oh no, Cobb's again.
Cobb's off.
Oh no, the commentator's curse strikes again.
Yeah, but you know what? He hung on to that. Like traditionally with the ACC, you pump someone with the slides pump and you spun around 3 times.
Yep.
The fact that he held that was brilliant. So. This is a good showing. So we've got Scotty Pies 1.9 seconds behind Team Little Bear. Did drop off a little bit there, which is okay. He's got 12 minutes and 41 seconds to go to make that up. For the rest of the guys, AB Saints hasn't pitted yet. Let's kick it through, but the rest of the guys, this is race on. Good representation from all teams, right across, top 10 by the looks of it. So, yeah, I'm loving this, K-Man. This is great.
Yeah, it is excellent. It's really, really good to see. As I say, the effort from the guys, look at Kick It and Rip It, he would have had the damage of his car, plus he would have, because it was probably undrivable, he had to return to the pits, to come back out, and he was 3 laps down. He's now only apologies, he hasn't done his stop yet. So, and there goes the 3 laps, yeah. But he's still going around and around, and so's had too many. So is Rigsy. Still going around and around.
I don't even know where. Let's jump on him for a second. He is he's a tier 1 driver. Let's actually see, what he's doing in terms of the lap, whether he's just testing or he's actually Who's he behind? He must be behind M. Harris, is he?
He's behind M. Harris.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting.
We'll
have a look at it. We'll look at it to the hairpin.
Oh, no, we're okay, mate. We're okay. We're okay. His best so far is a 37.
Ah, rightio.
Yeah, so he's okay.
A little bit of work to do. He must be racing next week then if he's in there practicing tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe Baradog can confirm that.
In the chat. Cobb McCool.
Oh.
Back on the back of Panda. Look at this.
And yeah, this is very interesting. Oh, that thing's got some legs. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Driving an older model car. Does the new Thai model go to the older year cars?
The Thai model does, yeah. I don't know about the
Does it?
BAP though.
Okay, that might be an interesting thing to think about going forwards. Well, I can honestly say, K-Man, that 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes on the forecast, it doesn't look like it's going to be rain. So there was a little bit of a conjecture around what that looked like, and right now these guys will be very, very happy that there hasn't been any raindrops whatsoever. But we've seen the lights are on, we've seen some good racing. Again, you know, we have not hardly seen car-on-car contact, to be honest.
No, it's been
really good.
Another exemplary performance from the guys.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's been brilliant. So well done. And you know, again, thank you to the guys that are watching through the channel. We've got 24 watching at the moment. Guys, like I said, you know, we do this as a voluntarily basis thing. If there's something, you know, that you want us to talk about specifically, obviously I've just gotten some feedback about don't tell any more jokes. That's okay. It wasn't my joke anyway, it was K-Man, so I'm happy not to do that. But, you know, if there's something that you want us to do, to talk about, you want us to focus on certain things, let us know. You know, it's all about improving the stream and making sure that you guys are engaged. Yep, so Baradog has confirmed that Riggsy's racing next week. He's getting a little bit of pack intel on there tonight.
It's a beautiful thing. Riggsy must have had a change of shift, which is good to see.
Well, you know what, we should all just jump in there and do some practice right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure in my current state I'd be able to easily do all that and do before. I probably don't sound like I could, but I could. I reckon I could. Not.
Where else have we got?
I'm sleeping in.
Are you in the spare room tonight?
Spare bedroom tonight. Yeah, I am, mate.
You're
Yeah.
out. 92. Oh no, little bear. What's happened?
Little bear. What the hell? He's missed the barriers, which is a good thing.
Yep.
I saw Scotty Pye one year go on the grass and steer it through the barriers. No shit, I tell you what, he went straight through the middle and drove on track. It was amazing.
It's a circuit. It's a circuit that you can get away with that in a couple of spots if you're lucky enough. So Scotty Pye up to P5 now. Oh,
yep.
Shaky into P6. Nick into P6.
Oh, he's got thermos squid right up his clacker. Wow. Copper Call is absolutely crushing on One Food Panda right now. This has been a good race between these guys. I reckon if I was going to give a star award for tonight's effort, K-Man,
driver of
I
the
reckon
day.
I reckon I'd put it on Copper Call, to be quite honest. He's held position, but he's also pressing hard. Like, this is some clean racing.
Yeah.
You know, he's not 4 car lengths off Fun Food Panda. He's right up his arse. That's not an easy feat. That's a hard thing. That's a hard thing to spot your braking points, your turning points, and to maintain that position. And he's even driving down the inside to show him his nose. Like he's absolutely just harassing Fun Poo Panda at the moment. And Fun Poo Panda's handling it, no worries. But Cobb McCall is driving like a man on a mission right now. This is like,
Let's get him.
you know, the movie Talladega Nights.
That's,
You know the movie Talladega Nights with the bloke that's got the coyote in the race car?
Yep.
This is exactly what this is. This guy has got so much confidence at the moment. This is beaming at me. Look how close he is. That's crazy. Oh, I reckon I'm going to put $5 on that he keeps Fun Poo Panda by the end of the race. Purely based on pressure. Yeah, so you can just, oh god, he's closing in. Crazy.
Jeez, was there any bumps there then? Oh, he's made a bit of a
So
mistake. He's got the, oh no!
Oh, who's that?
Oh no!
Oh god.
Jeez.
I don't know who that was, but that was very messy. Look, when you have an off-track moment, sometimes you just, that's inhibited someone. Oh, M. Harris has gone back to 18th. K-Man.
Yeah, no, he hasn't.
Kidding.
Yeah. But who has dropped down? That was a big shunt.
Well, Scotty Pye's still in there. He's 18
Shaky's
seconds behind
still
Cobb
there.
McCall.
Shamrock's there.
Yeah,
Was it-
I reckon that was.
It was a B. It was a BHR beam who was in there. I reckon it might have been Wayne Morris, maybe.
Yeah, probably
Or
was.
or Exo in the Lexus.
Nah, looked like a Beamer. But that was a close call. That was a very close call.
I don't know how Panda missed it.
No, I don't know how
AB.
it is either, mate. Let me
I think
just
it was
have a look
AB
at
Saints. That's who they think
the
it was.
replay here for a second. Where's this at? Oh yeah, I'm just going to watch the replay for a second.
No, was it Scotty?
So you got a car
Scotty's-
turn around there. Oh yeah, that is a. Yeah, I didn't say it was too quick, but they went into the fence and come across the track.
Yep.
So it bounced off the guardrail. Has anyone gone into the pits for BHR?
Well, AB is going into the pits as we speak. Wayne Morris is in the pits as well.
Okay, probably both those guys.
Looks like Panda's got a bit of a break now on Cobb McCool, maybe. Cobb's lost it, lost his rhythm a bit there after soiling his pants a couple of laps ago.
That was a pucker moment, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. Well and truly. We've got some battles. BHR. Cermic Squid. Oh no! We've caught all the action. We've just had Shaky go
Was
around.
that Shaky?
That was Shaky, just went around and into the fence. Ever so gently. Sorry?
28 degrees, the track has dropped by 7 degrees.
Yep. Oh. Looks like Shaky's struggling there a little bit. Needs to hold on for the next couple of minutes. Panda on the back of. Have we got some nut cars here? Oh no.
Oh,
Yep.
bits are missing.
Yep.
Oh shit, this is close. Wow, bits missing must have had a moment.
He must have.
Alright, man.
Yeah.
Benito's on the final lap. Give me the final push.
Yeah. M. Harris is on the final lap. So these guys will have a lap and a half to complete.
They certainly will. So, Fun Poo Panda is right in the back of bits of missing from his AMG Mercedes. This is going to come down to patience and perseverance. These guys right now ultimately will be waiting for someone to make a mistake. But looking at bits missing, he's got a really good line going into the last corner. He's kept it very shallow through that, under the bridge. Got a good turn in. Yeah, he's just hugged the curb in there. Nice exit. Let's have a look at this. Is this the last lap?
Yeah, M. Harris is not far off. He's just coming up to the start, the last sector of the lap.
Yep.
So when we get close there, we will jump on board with him as he crosses the line for the win.
Oh, this. God, I hate being in this position. I hate it when someone's like right up your ass that close. This is nuts.
Yep. And just, well, that's a stonking drive from M. Harris.
A rare mistake. Yeah, it's a really good win by
He's
him.
finished the race.
He might come up on the ACC tracker times, mate.
Only if we can work out how to extract it.
I'm joking.
I don't even know how to do it. Anyway, we'll get to that. In the closing stages, there's not too many corners left.
He's going to make a run in. Here we go. Come on.
I don't think he's close enough.
No,
Too far back to dive in under brakes. Lap car coming up. Is that going to have any? Oh, he's got a good run through there. Panda has. Got a great run.
Visitors keeping inside.
Oh,
so
what a
close,
great
one of those
finish.
guys. Well done. 1 and 2,
Well done.
3. Position 3. Copper call.
Cobb McCool into P4. Great drive from him. Really, really solid drive from him. Scotty Pye.
Sermy Squid. You know what? We haven't even mentioned Sermy Squid again, but he's done a great job
Yep.
in the BMW M4.
Team Little Bear coming through to the end of the race in P9.
Is that on the back of Shaky there for a second?
Yep. But he's down a lap.
That was
So
good position. Oh, is he?
yeah. So Shaky Nick in 8th. Interrules P9. Shamrock, that's a good recovery for being back at the end of the field. At the end of lap 1, so great work by him. And great work by the rest of the drivers too, Ads, to still stick it out, all of them in there, which is really, really good to see.
Oh, absolutely, mate. I'm just glad that we've had the opportunity for, some of those guys to continue in Tier 2 and show, their absolute level of experience.
Yep.
It's been a really good effort by all of these guys. Very, very clean racing, as we've said once again. The standard, as Rain of Fire has just mentioned through the comments on the chat,
Yep.
the standard for these guys, race start, racecraft on road through the whole 60 minutes, is so high. They are setting the standard at the moment. So Tier 1 need to watch and learn. I mean, that includes myself. Trust me, I'm including myself when I say that. But these guys are doing a bloody stellar job. And, at the end of the day, between Tier 1 and Tier 2, we're not talking like big seconds. We're talking, tenths. We're talking hundreds, thousands of a seconds difference between lap times. And this is brilliant by these guys. So well done. Hopefully when you watch this stream, guys, hopefully we've put some good positive spins on your on-track performances. Really enjoyed the 60 minutes of watching you all race. It's been great, and I've loved it. Like I said, I raced home tonight from footy training, not me, but for the under-9s, and from a coaching course to sit down and quickly do this, and all of a sudden 60 minutes is finished, and I'm thinking, what the hell have I just watched? It's been great. Thanks, Stu, for the comments. Good feedback. Really appreciate your support too, mate, over the last couple of weeks. It's been awesome, so thank you again. But yeah, K-Man, what do you reckon, mate? This is the best.
Oh, look, this is great, and look, I think we're still going to find that you're going to go to different circuits, and certain cars are going to have better strengths than others, and yeah, look, they've showed the way. They've led by example. Now we need to follow their example next week.
Yeah.
You know, get out there, qualify hard, get our lap 1 out of the road, and then race hard to the end.
100%.
And again, well done to everybody. Great to see everybody here, and some of the newbies too. So well done to everybody. Well done to the podium. M Harris, Bits of Missing, and Panda, and just unlucky there, Cobb McCool. That would have been would have been. Look, it's still pretty close to my drive of the day.
Green light. Go, go, go.
So there we go.
It is unfortunate, but I reckon hands down, Cobb McCall, driver of the day. I thought that his display tonight was excellent. I know, like Team Little Bear and Flung Poo Panda, and I know M Harris obviously blitzed everyone, but I thought Cobb McCall did a bloody brilliant job tonight, and to ride that close behind people and not drive up their arse is a really good effort, and I really appreciate it. If I was going to race, that's the sort of person that I would want to race against, that I know that I'd feel safe enough to know that they're not going to drive in the rear end of me and just turn me around.
Yep.
So, well done.
Well, thanks everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to hit the likes, and have a good rest of your week. Ads and I will see you on track next Tuesday, and all the best, everybody. Thanks again.
Yeah, thanks,
Ads.
guys. No, thanks, K-Man. Great effort. Thanks, Stu. Thanks to everyone that's been commenting. Love it, always, as we do, and thanks for your feedback.